Residents of Lusk came to the rescue of a college football team whose bus caught fire outside of their town this weekend. A Bondurant woman accused of stabbing her ex-boyfriend in the head was already in trouble with the law before the stabbing occurred. And could Croc cowboy boots be the next crazy trend in footwear? We'll take a look at these stories and more today from Wyoming's largest news organization. I'm Wendy Core for Cowboy State Daily. The South Dakota School of Mines football team made an unexpected layover in Lusk on Saturday night when one of its two buses caught fire on Highway 85 and the other had its heat go out. Nobody was hurt, but the bus that burned was gutted down to its frame. Cowboy State Daily's Greg Johnson reports that the citizens of Lusk came to the aid of the team.
Right away, people from Lusk rallied for them. They called in a couple of school buses. They took them to the fairgrounds where they gave them blankets to keep warm until the school could get buses to come down and pick them up.
Perhaps adding insult to injury, the miners were on their way back to Rapid City, South Dakota after a blowout 45-22 loss to rival Colorado School of Mines in Golden, Colorado. A Wyoming woman accused of stabbing her boyfriend in the head with scissors in Idaho last week after texting him, "Let's fight to the death," was out on bond at the time for an earlier criminal charge in Pinedale. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports that 48-year-old Luna Serrano of Bondurant is facing attempted murder and other felony charges in Teton County, Idaho, from the incident that occurred earlier this month.
Turns out she was out on bond for a felony DUI charge at the time of the alleged stabbing, where she is said to have snuck into her ex-boyfriend's cabin loft, stabbed him in the head, shoved him off the loft, and stabbed him a few more places.
The drunk driving charge she faces in Sublette County District Court is the fourth such charge she's accumulated in the past decade. Well, Greg Weatherby has seen a lot in his decades of hunting with a bow or a muzzle loader in the greater Yellowstone backcountry, including a surge of conflicts between hunters and bears. Weatherby told Outdoors reporter Mark Hines that his years of experience in grizzly country have given him wisdom that he wishes other hunters would heed.
He pointed out one instance from several years ago. The guy wanted to go up a specific creek, and he said, "Don't go up there. Don't use that route because the water's going to be too loud. You're not going to be able to hear." And sure enough, the guy ignored his advice and went up the creek and got attacked, got his arm torn up really badly by a grizzly bear.
Weatherby, who has homes in Alta, Wyoming and Idaho Falls, Idaho, said he's frequently hunted the areas where recent shootings of grizzly bears have taken place, and keen situational awareness has kept him out of trouble so far. I'll be back with more news right after this.
At Hilltop Bank, we understand that buying a home is a big decision. That's why we're here to be your trusted partner on the path to home ownership. Our experienced mortgage team will guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. We offer competitive rates and a wide variety of home loan options to best suit your needs. With our local knowledge and personalized service, you'll feel confident and comfortable throughout the entire home buying process. Contact us today to start your journey toward home ownership. Hilltop Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Amelia Earhart was looking to disappear long before she flew away from the world 86 years ago. Cowboy State Daily's Jake Nichols writes that before that, the world's most renowned female aviator fell in love with Wyoming after her first visit in 1934.
There's so many connections pioneering aviatrix Amelia Earhart had with Wyoming, beginning with the summer getaway cabin she was building near the ghost town of Kerwin. And that's not all. A ham radio operator in Rock Springs swears he heard her distress signal a day after she disappeared over the Pacific.
When Earhart soared off the radar July 2nd, 1937 over the Pacific Ocean, her new home was being built in remote northwestern Wyoming. Work stopped the next day after it was learned that Earhart was lost. And when it comes to contradictory figures of speech that can rile a Wyoming cowboy, it would be difficult to find one that would do a job better than the term Crocs classic cowboy boots. Turns out that the socially divisive Colorado-based hipster footwear brand is really making cowboy boots out of Crocs. But cowboy clothiers in Wyoming told reporter Andrew Rossi that the footwear misses the mark.
Cowboy boots, they're a practical piece of equipment for cowboys and outfitters and riders of all sorts. And the key is the pointed toe and the heel. The pointed toe helps you find the stirrup. The heel prevents your leg from going through the stirrup. Crocs classic cowboy boots have rounded toes and no heel.
The flashy footwear hits stores October 23rd. And that's today's news. Get your free digital subscription to Wyoming's only statewide newspaper by hitting the subscribe button on CowboyStateDaily.com. I'm Wendy Core for Cowboy State Daily.